brainiacs. What's up, everybody? Yeah, man. I hope you guys are doing well. Oh, I need to turn this mic down. Holy smokes, it's loud. Yeah, man. What's up, everybody? I see you up in there. No doubt about you. Do me a favor. Smash that share button, please. Please smash the share button. I cannot share this broadcast. Want to go into a little bit more of this TikTok stuff. Good evening, Mr. Mike Pyle. I hope you're home still yet, bro. I really do. Larry says he's got popcorn in the chat. Yeah, you get it. You get it. I ain't giving you Skittles, bro. I ain't gonna give you Skittles and unicorns. Miss Amy Jo Schaffer, what's up? Ladies and gentlemen, right here. This was placed in my lap today. Renetta Lynn. Let's say that. Renetta Lynn, thank you for sharing this with me to where I can share what I found with everybody else. Now, what you see here on this little screen, see gematria down here in the bottom, a creation date, etc., etc. Now, mind you, I have no qualms. I don't care what anybody's sexual orientation is. I could give two shits less. I think you guys know that already. Same with color, religion. I don't care. But what I do want to point out here is this, whatever she is, he, she, whatever. I do think that this specific TikTok is very, very interesting, and I'm going to really watch this one. And the reason why is because of who she is, what she is. And I just wanted to point this out, that this specific TikToker, right? We really need to pay attention to. And the reason why is because of wisdom, dropping wisdom. And I'll explain that to you on the other side of this. But nevertheless, this lady is full of wisdom. And I'm going to tell you now, she's not scared to drop it. She is dropping it. She's dropping it like TikTok. The time is running out. Put it that way. The time is running out. That's why I say TikTok is exclusively for disclosure. I'm like, tick. The time is running out. Everybody's got a cell phone now. Everybody's got ways to record things, take pictures of things, etc., etc. So whenever we come back on the other side of this, we're gonna get into this Dom sub on TikTok dropping a crap ton of wisdom. Okay, you may laugh at that and say, right. But I'm gonna tell you right now, insanely gutsy, a lot of guts. It takes a lot of guts to do what this young person is doing. So with that being said, don't go anywhere. Please share this broadcast, share this podcast. Welcome to the Matrix Minds, my friend. Let's dive deep tonight. Don't go anywhere.
What do you say, brainiacs? You guys ready? It's time. It's showtime, brains. That's right. It's Matrix time. And it's go time. Welcome aboard, everybody. Wow. Let's go. Talk about ufology, conspiracy theory, controversy, and anything and everything that we can get into tonight. Let's go.
Mr. Eddie Cassidy out there says, yeah, man, crank up that dial and rip that bastard right off of the
baby.
drum. Let's go.
Yeah. Crank it up, brainiacs. Yeah. It's definitely your show. Your show, and we appreciate you for being here. Buckle up, everybody. Welcome aboard.
Brainiacs, yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was just about, I was like, I'm running behind. I know that by like 15 minutes. No, I was trying to create the switchboard here. So that's what I'm doing. That's why you just see my face light up here in the light. Give me 1 second. That's right there, about there. That way. Wanted to open up the switchboard. Wanted to open up the phone lines because I thought that it was real. Oh, it's not letting me create the date. I wonder if it's because of the topic. I don't know. I just don't know. Tonight's topic is going to be very interesting because here's the kicker. Check this out. Right? I have like literally waited 18 years. 18 years to talk about. I'm going to go ahead and say it. You ready for this? I'm going to look at the camera and I'm going to say this because I'm no longer afraid to say this because they can't just show up at my damn door and say, we're here to take your kid. We're here to take your son for stupid shit, stupid reasons. No, they can't do that anymore. Why? Well, he's 18. Besides that, he would make a piss poor Army veteran. Or an Army guy, I'll tell you that right now. So I'm not worried about that one either. We've already talked about this. He already knows whose son he is. He knows he's mine. And the lineage of what we are, we're turners. We turn shit over. And we try to expose things. My great-grandfather was probably drowned at sea. 14th generational grandfather was a pilot of the Mayflower Compact. He and his 3 boys... Well, I'll just say his 2 boys drowned at sea. He, prior to coming over here to the United States, he was incarcerated for trying to upheaval the religion. Does that sound familiar? Fighting for freedom of thought. It does, doesn't it? Kind of sounds like a Turner, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, there's more to your last name than meets the eye here. We're going to dive into this TikTok here too. I also want to go over and make sure that the brain chat's fired up. You guys fired up? Make sure you guys are where you at? There's me in the topic channel. Switch over. There we go. Go over here. See if I got the brains in the right beside me. Do I got you guys brains? I do. I see Miss Morgan in there. Shell Rochester. Miss Michelle Nobles, as I know her. Ladies and gentlemen, so check this out. TikTok disclosure, right? So this one landed in my lap, and I got to share it with you. Again, open lines. Let me go ahead and flesh that little... bring that to the top. Make it neon green. There we go. Open lines. If you guys do not know how to call the broadcast, pretty simple. Pretty much, it's very simple. Here in the United States, while the studio is up, it's area code 717-734-6904. Number 1 and a pound key. It'll ask you for a show ID. You say 136426, and you're right there. Or it actually asks you for the show ID first, right? Asks you for the show ID first. So dial your local number down below me, and let's dive deep into the into this world massive ass world of confusion, this TikTok world, because I personally think that TikTok is like literally just a platform of disclosure. That is exactly what I think it is for. So let's go on over there, looking for this and making sure I'm on the right screen. Am I on the right screen? I am. All right, so here we go. Let me turn this music down a little bit. So here we go. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna share with you a little bit of, well, the world really doesn't want to talk about it, but we all know that there's a movie that was released not too long ago, right? The Sounds of Silence, or The Sounds of Freedom. Well, Jessica Love here. Jessica Love, 9578. I'm not quite sure of the date, 9578. I have no idea what that is for. I truly don't. Because again, I'm looking at every single aspect of this lady's TikTok. But there's one video that I wanted to point out, and that's this one right here. The very front one, very first one. There's this one here. The one where her lips are moving now. And there's then this one here. So we're going to bounce between this one and this one right here. Okay. And as we hear her, I'm then going to show you how that I kind of tracked her down as to figure out what the hell is going on in her life. Okay. Because again, there's more to, I even sent her a message, and I thanked her for being what she is, doing what she does, and then having the guts to stand up and talk about all of these topics that she covers. I mean, I'm talking Lemurians, okay? Dare to do drugs, saying that don't do drugs, kids. They're bad. They'll open up your pineal gland and take you for a wild ass ride that you ain't ready for. That kind of shit, right? Then we go down even further. Supernatural and Atlantis. Talks about Atlantis. Starts talk. Now again, we'll dive into more about her, but I want to share this specific video, and I want to share this specific video just so you, for this one for first. In fact, I will share with you Brains. I will share with you her channel. Okay, let me do that now. Let me go over here to the Brainiac chat. Where are you guys at? Are you there? Oh, there. Shit, I'm looking at the chat. There we go. All right. So right here, bingo. I just dropped her TikTok in the feed. Okay, so don't go nowhere. Stay with me. Trust me, you'll want to hear this. Very interesting, very interesting. So let's make sure I got some audio up here, and go back to my screen. All right, so click this first video. Okay, I'm going to click it, and she's talking now. Make sure this up. Bring my screen big. Damn it! Didn't mean to do that.
Chateau d'Amour, better known as the Mother of Darkness Castle, because of the absolutely heinous events that have gone down there. It lies between the French and the Belgian border. It is highly secured. There is barbed wire, trip lines, like state-of-the-art security everywhere. Nothing to hide, I'm sure. And BBC, National Geographic, many media outlets have tried to get access, all been denied. In my opinion, based on my research, it was one of the Illuminati's ritual sites. Probably still would be, but they've gotten so much exposure. And since the beginning, it was royalty and the elite. The first one, 1849, was a famous count. 20 years later, 1869, it was the famous bloodline, the Cathars, a prince. And they came from the bloodline of Vlad the Impaler. You don't know who he is? He was the original Dracula. Like, he inspired Dracula. Vlad the Third, a Dracul. And he would take these huge stakes, put them up people's anuses, through their stomachs, their chest, esophagus, and out their mouth. And he did this to people by the thousands. True story.
Sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? Sounds like a really cool way to die, huh? Yeah, this is another thing that they don't even remotely want you to know about. In the dark days of the Christian era, whenever Rome, and they like switched to Christianity, and like, oh yeah, man, I think that's a really good idea that we're gonna push this shit on everybody, and we'll just put it in a nice, neat book and to, like, distribute it and like talk about this, and we're gonna slaughter millions of people. I don't care if we gotta slaughter billions of people, villages and all, burn them up, get rid of them. Oh, they believe in tofu. Tofu is a sacred something. Kill them all. That was back in the dark ages. They just don't want to talk about that. It's like that's a no-no. That's definitely a no-no. Don't want to talk about the dark ages. Let's continue here.
The modern family is an elite Belgian family, like one of the most wealthy in Belgium. They, of course, own a pharmaceutical company. In my opinion, pharmaceutical is silent government. It's called the Mother of Darkness Castle because researchers found that a coven, an elite coven of witches, called the Mother of Darkness Coven. Well, I'm pretty sure they branded them that. I doubt they called themselves that. They're also being branded as from an old satanic family, quote unquote. But like honestly, satanic is like a very outdated word and idea. I think the only people in actual satanic cults were like teenagers from the 90s and Anton LaVey. If anything, Luciferian worship. But a lot of times it's, these different gods, quote unquote, dark extraterrestrials, Marduk.
Wait, what? Back her up, baby. What'd you just say?
Worship. But a lot of times it's, these different gods, quote unquote, dark extraterrestrials.
Oh my God. Come on now, right? And did we hear her say the line of Marduk? Now, yeah, Marduk. I'm gonna I should. Good. I'm gonna open this up. Go over here. And I'm gonna go on down here right real quick, and we're gonna share this. Marduk. Okay? Right there be Marduk. Okay? This little image right here that I'm pointing at, does this look remotely familiar? I'm going to probably just bring this up, share this nice and big. Do you guys see that image? Look familiar, doesn't it? Yeah, right there. Looks familiar. It's because it's Sumerian. It should really, really look familiar to you. Okay? Marduk represents Jupiter from Babylon. Well, if you remember in school, as well as if you remember we'll come back to her. Now, mind you, if you remember in the day of us going to church and Sunday school, they talked about during the Babylonian times, right? Babylonian didn't even remotely bring up the Sumerians. Didn't bring up the Sumerians. They didn't bring up the Atlanteans. They didn't bring up the Lemurians. Did they? Because they didn't want us to know shit about these cycles. That is, I'm telling you what I believe, okay? Just telling you. Sounds, I almost read what Tammy Bonham had said. She's like, that sounds like a good punishment for Speedos. Nevertheless, anyway, what's kicker is now Christopher People say the Greek and the Sumerian gods are just altered personas of the Anunnaki. Both are pathogens that have 12 main deities governed by. Call me and tell me what you're talking about, bro. Because I would love for you to chime in on this if you would love. Seriously, I'm telling you what I know. I don't know about channel stuff or what you're talking about. So I'm reading through the chat. They never did. All right, so back to, I just got sidetracked. And it was cool. I watched we go from 30 people, 35 people down to like 25 people, just like that. So look, if you're not into this shit, if you don't like to know about this stuff, your odds, I'll tell you now, you're on the wrong channel. Okay? you're definitely on the wrong channel. So we'll drop another 10 for all I care. Those that need to know will know. Those that need to hear will hear. So that being said, again, going back to what we are allowed to know and share, okay? We were never taught about anything beyond the Babylonians and the Egyptians in Sunday school. They didn't want you to know about it. They didn't want you to share it. So what she's talking about, okay, reigns supreme in like all kinds of things. So keep that in mind, okay? That's why I say she is, I'll go right back up here to the main screen where in the middle it says wisdom. Wisdom. Okay? To me, that is what stands out. That to me is what matters. Is that these people on TikTok are coming out and they've got guts. They've got guts, man. They are sharing things that would, put it this way, sharing things like this, like pointing fingers and calling names. This is why our friend Isaac Cappy, I don't believe, is still even around. I'm just saying, I want nothing bad to happen to this person. However, I'm saying I'm going to keep an eye on her to make sure, because the knowledge and the wisdom that this young lady is dropping is absolutely phenomenal. I gave you the link, or her link is in this feed. Okay, and it's got to do with child sex trafficking. It's got to do with pedophilia. It's got to do with all of that shit. Okay, so let's continue on with what she said. Sorry, I got sidetracked with the impalement and the dark ages of Christianity.
Marduk, of course, is the one that comes up most, even with the Solomonic magic, unfortunately, because he's the one that's always been demanding the human sacrifice, child sacrifice, all over the world. Chateau d'Amour was the ritual site that these women would be initiated into their quote-unquote coven, and to do this, they had to perform heinous child abuse, but it was the same child abuse that they had experienced themselves. They had been groomed and trained into this, and it often led to, dissociative disorders, including multiple personality. I have to say allegedly on this one, because obviously no one's admitting to it. Whole next segment, everything alleged. Allegedly, Chateau d'Amour was one of the many ritual sites for Eyes Wide Shut, which was a real ritual. Stanley Kubrick, who made the film, was actually exposing them. However, I don't think he knew the extent. I haven't seen the movie in a while, but I don't remember any child sacrifice. He died in his sleep of a heart attack 6 days after the final cut, before it could premiere, before it could air. Kind of like Patrick H. Price, who was a psychic spy for the CIA, got a retractor inside of Mount Hayes, saw the extraterrestrial base and the government working for them, and then all of a sudden had a heart attack in his sleep, and the body was cremated before they even notified the family. And the child abuse, but mostly child sacrifice, they would film so that they could blackmail the participants involved.
Well. Now, doesn't that right there sound all too familiar? Huh? It does, doesn't it? We've all heard this. That's what I'm saying by this lady is all too fluent with dropping stuff. And I'm telling you, this is awesome. This is awesome to see, awesome to witness. That she's got the guts to stand up and share what she's sharing. Again, we've had, going back years, throughout the years, we have always been about saving the children. I can't even talk about it for some reason. I don't know if it's past life trauma. I don't know if it is just my heart. I don't know. But I can't even discuss really what goes on, okay? Because I get choked up, I get angry. I guess I get angry. I get angry to the point of I could probably fucking snap a tooth. That's how angry I get. It literally, I've got a hierarchy here, okay? You do not touch our children, you do not touch our elderly, and you don't fuck with our animals. That is my pecking order. My children, our elderly, and the animals. And of course nature. Those are the top 4 in my hierarchy of don't fuck with these people. Don't do it. Just saying. That right there is the common denominator. That is the trigger. So I've come into contact with a couple of people like, oh yeah, tried to call them out on some bullshit, and they called me a child sex trafficker. I'm like, come on, man, give me a break. And here's why: is because I've been fighting against this shit for years. You piece of shit already knew that was a trigger for me, and you would get me to bite back. Okay? That is a trigger for me. Is anything to do with the children, the elderly, or animals, I will fucking come unglued. And there should be nobody up in here that should not come unglued whenever those top 3 get messed with here in our society. That is a no. No. Okay, so what she's sharing is beyond the normie knowing. So again, if you're new to the program, if you're new to the Matrix Minds here, well, consider this a red pill. Welcome to Red Pill 101. And here we go. Let's go to some more. Let's let her finish up.
Who was stealing these children for them? Mark Dutroux. Children were just disappearing left and right in the 90s. They finally found them after plenty of significant tips that should have been followed up. It took them 4 years to find these 2 children in a basement in Charlotte. And then videotapes started to surface, bodies started to surface. He had been adopting, exploiting, murdering children for the elite. This information went public, but he was still being protected from the Belgian government. High up cases of the elites, they were being blocked. Nobody could see what was going on. He was receiving generous funds from the government his entire prison stay.
No.
In which he bought more estates to continue his activities. He was sentenced 13 years. He served 3 for multiple.
Wow. Do you like these numbers? Okay, a numbers guy like myself or Jack Roberts or some Trevor, my Matrix breaker out west, love these numbers. The first guy got 6 years. Okay, I'm sorry. The first guy that helped with disclosure got had a heart attack. Right, 6 years. Blah blah blah. Sorry, 6 days. My bad. 6 days after disclosure, and then you just heard these number games: 13, 6, 3, blah blah blah.
Listen, cases of the elites, they were being blocked.
Listen to the numbers again.
See what was going on. He was receiving generous funds from the government his entire prison stay, in which he bought more estates to continue his activities. He was sentenced 13 years. He served 3. 13 years he was served, right? But he only stayed 3, right? Come on, man. Do I really have to tell you about the number? What do you think? Listen to the number. He was sentenced 13, but served 3. 33? Multiple cases of child murder and a million other charges. Councilmen, high-ranking judges, lawyers, all kinds of government from all over would participate in these orgies where they played the most dangerous game, where they stripped a child naked, no shoes, anything like that, then gave them a head start.
Now, if you think I'm going to, and I'll just shout out and heads up to all of you ABCs that might be tuning in, throttling the bandwidth. If you think for a moment that I'm going to censor this young lady, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. I will not censor her. So just bear in mind, trigger warning. You ready?
To go run out into the woods where they would all then hunt them down. So the fact that an orgy is involved in this and they're playing a game with it, not just sacrificing the child for the gods, just shows that they're into it. I mean, like they said, these women it happens to them when they're young, and that probably psychologically gets them off later. One of these ritual abuse cults of the elite called Abraxas, which Abraxas was actually a Gnostic god, said to be one of the first of the archons, but I can guarantee you Gnosticism has never practiced anything like this. And basically the connection between Abraxas and Marc Dutroux, there was an anonymous letter at the time, but later discovered who he was, that was asking for Abraxas for certain presents for a certain age. Later confirmed that these presents were defiled and murdered. And then they took the blood in little cups and dipped little quill pens and wrote exactly the events for their god to bring about the ultimate plan, whatever that is. It was later revealed that heavy corruption took place in this case, including deliberate sabotage of DNA. So citizens found out. They gathered in multiple cities to protest. Highest number was 30,000 people. So judges were removed, detectives were removed, pretty much everybody government that was on the...
Now, I gotta stop her there for a second. You heard this, right? Listen again. Let's hear one more time.
Highest number was 30,000 people. So judges were removed, detectives were removed, pretty much everybody government that was on the case.
Wow. Now, isn't that interesting that they were removed? Removed for their safety, Here is the kicker. If these people are we're done. Again, my kid is 18. I'm all for exposing CPS, man. All for it. I have always been for it, but just never really had the because I know how they retaliate. They'll retaliate against you. They'll retaliate against me. There's my front door, motherfucker. You come beat on it and take me out. Because from here on out, I'm loud. I'm very loud. And I know that you know that I'm loud. I don't seem to care. Okay? Just like she don't seem to care anymore. Again, time's up. Tick, tick, tick. Time is up. He's 18. She's obviously not afraid. So let's just call it for what it is. Complete fucking corruption. Absolute complete corruption.
Case was removed. They reassigned, they reevaluated. Turned out everything that took place was true, plus more. They found another house, this like wooden house, where they found the owner's body with a bunch of children corpses. Marc Dutroux admitted that he had murdered them and then bought the house fire sale price with government money. It turns out a city treasurer and multiple police officers involved in the case were in the cults. When the Abraxas house was raided, 150 police officers went into the house and were seen taking out tons of evidence, not just files and papers, but actual skulls. Marc Dutroux got multiple life sentences. He got 11 counts of child murder, though we know it was a lot more than that. But, the elites got off scot-free.
Damn it, boy. I'd just say, damn it, boy. I'm going to go back because, again, I think that you guys, I'm going to drop her channel in the chat one more time. Because, again, this is just like only one video. I'm going to share her other video, but only one of multiple videos. I'm going to go ahead and play segment 2. Okay, again, and that would be right here. Right here. Gotta remember, our friend Isaac Cappy, okay? Isaac Cappy willingly jumped into moving traffic off of a bridge by saying a lot of the same shit. So again, I hope that our lady here, especially being involved in what she's involved in, is and remains safe. I truly do. But so let's get to video number 2.
If you haven't watched,
not gonna stop that one. See if I can't make this. This is as high as it goes. I apologize if it's not loud enough. I've literally got this as loud as it goes. So it is what it is. My apologies. Truly. Go ahead and share this. And let's go. Smash that share button while you're at it, Brainiac. And again, welcome to the Matrix.
Today's video, you should, just to know how real this child sacrifice is. And regarding yesterday's video, the reason that caught up to them is the 90s. They did not have the government media control that we do and they do now, in my opinion. In my opinion, MCI runs the government, everything's filtered through them, all the fake news stuff is them, debunking, all that. And I mean, first of all, take TikTok. We have the most freedom of speech here than we have anywhere else. They can't filter it quite like they do everywhere else. It's the real reason they want to remove TikTok. Yet, you put in government in your title, that is getting flagged. You say anything bad about the government, it's getting removed. You are too, possibly. Take Pizzagate. In my opinion, there was a real base on this. And then they wrapped it in all this ridiculous fiction, stuff that could get debunked, and then whoever was threatening them, blackmailing them, they try to say anything, and no, conspiracy theorists, like, you know, it's all debunked. I'm going to let you watch this because I'll have less chance of removal. I won't have to say in my opinion and alleged, and it'll just have more impact. This is Robert Bernard. He was a big player with them for 5 years until he had to participate in one of these child sacrifice rituals, and he just broke.
What the world is really like. Secret services will stop at nothing. Nothing. But they also have their flows of money, because if they are trading in drugs or weapons, or, for that matter, people, all that money has to go somewhere. Everything has to be financed.
You say it, but you could confirm they are doing this?
All of them. All of them. So the entire world as we think we know it is just an illusion we believe in.
Now, did you catch what he said? The illusion is the world that we think that we live in. Now, mind you, we've got an anonymous voice trying to translate, but nevertheless, how many times have we said here that this is just a facade? This is just a movie. Someone's behind this matrix construct, doing what they're doing. How they're doing what they're doing and getting away with it is beyond me. Beyond me. Other than, well, let's just say this. They are literally everywhere. Paying for this, buying off this, you know, padding someone's money, their pocket, holding someone, what do you call it, for not ransom, but the word setup type shit, right? We know this. We're not dumb. Okay, we're not dumb. But if you're new to this and you really thought that like Andy Cassidy said, that it is all just spring flowers and rose garden, you're sadly mistaken. Okay? Now, what's I would like to see, I truly would love to see, but I doubt you'll really, really ever hear it or see it. And that is like the mainstream talking heads. See, here's the thing. The Matrix, I'm not a mainstream talking head. All of the brainiacs in the chat that all over the globe, they're not mainstream talking heads either. In fact, we make so much money, we're still broadcasting on our porch. Okay? This is what I'm saying. These people that are paid big bucks to share what they're told to share. Don't go out of line. Don't go out of line. Or, well, you'll be removed. You'll lose your channel, or you'll lose your speaking ability. Well, we'll discontinue your show, Tucker Carlson. I mean, the list can go on about how these people start disclosing things, and it's just a matter of time. Their mouths shut off. I've been removed multiple. I couldn't tell you how many times. Although I'm not paid for by them, I'm paid for by you. You pay for this, not me. You do, or we do. We are the voice. We are the news. Y'all are the news. Because the mainstream news, they're going to tell you, oh, it's okay. It's just spring flowers, rose beds, and shit like that. But it's not. It is far from that. The illusion is right in front of your face, but they candy coat it so pretty, so pretty. Have you guys ever seen the meme? I know you probably have, where the guy's like I don't have my glasses. Where the guy's like he's literally, I don't even, it's from a movie. I can't remember the name of the movie. You guys might in the chat want to drop the name of the movie, but it's got a guy walking down the road. And he's looking at billboards and shit, looking at people, and he throws on these glasses. He's like, oh shit, and he takes them off real quick, and he's like, right, shakes his head, and he's like, what's going on? And he puts them on slowly. He's like, raises them up. He looks, oh my god. I'm gonna say it just like the lady on the plane. Oh my god, are you ready for this? That motherfucker's not real. That motherfucker's not real. He's not real. He's not real. Something is shrouding this not realism. I'm just telling you, my theory. My theory is this something veil. I'll go to the Brainiac chat so I can't see you guys. Something in my eyes wants me to say that it. All right, Mark. That we live in a world, okay, where something that is magnetic, something that is something to do with, I'm telling you right now, my is the sun. I think the sun has got a lot to do with what we can and what we cannot see. Okay? I'm just telling you from my own eyes. My own gut says that the more that we see the incoming solar flares, the solar activity, the more this veil is going to drop. Okay? They've been working their asses off like ants trying to build a fucking anthill, trying to cover up the sky, blot out the sun. Why? It's sure as hell not for global warming. Okay? It is not for global warming. I mean, is that what this is? That's all this is. Whenever bankers jump from buildings or people are sacrificed or people are children, it's just climate change. Fuck it. It's just climate change. No, man, there's more to it. There's something to do with the CMEs, something to do with our central sun. Okay? Because the more that the sun is impacting this planet, okay, the more we are seeing things. Barbara says they cannot stop the light. I completely agree with you. Whenever we walk into our room at night and it's nice and dark, we don't walk in there and try to find a damn dark switch, okay? We can't walk in through the house we're looking for dark. Yeah, flip the dark switch. No, we're looking through a dark house and look for a light switch so that we can see. This is the same scenario. Same scenario. Airbrush Mish says the weather is wacko. Hell yeah, the weather is wacko, but it's still, you gotta remember why. Why is this the weather wacko? Why? The weather is wacko because they're making it wacko. You see? Cloud seeding is very, very real. Okay? I've shared multiple. I'm gonna tell. Stop. Multiple memes. Memes. Multiple memes and streams about what we're talking about at the moment. Okay? It is all part of a reasoning. There's reasons behind everything. So again, disclosure to me is on TikTok. They're for some reason they're not really censoring it. Like she said, they're not censoring it at all. But I'm gonna dive deep. Mish. She throws in their CERN, DARPA, Larry Hawkins is like there's flashlights. They're going to light distributes shadow. He's another one that could go really, really, really deep with me into the fact that the system knows that we are in a quantum verse. Okay, It's like they know. They absolutely know. And the thing is as time's going on here, tick, 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 tick tock, okay, we're learning more and more and more about what they don't want us to do and see. Mark, it's not the things that screen that you were. Whenever I receive an instant message, it blocks that chat. That's why I said stop, please. At the moment, stop. The kicker is this: we as individuals, now mind you, okay, I'm only one person. Okay, I am one person. We all need to, what we see, we talk about. It is that simple. It is that simple. If you see it, say it. If you see something, say something. Because somebody is going to have a connection. Somebody's going to connect dots for you. All right? So let's finish up real quick with her. And we'll go ahead and, again, I want to share that channel with you.
However, all those horrible things started to eat at me.
Can you give an example? Because I can sense a lot of terrible things happen to you.
Yes, it is difficult for me to talk about.
I can feel that, but only whatever you wish to share is all right. All right. Can you tell me the worst thing that has happened that caused the tipping point in your situation?
Well, that was the beginning of the end. You get so deep into these circles. And you sign a lifetime contract, not with blood or anything, to never disclose names of companies, organizations, or people.
Did you hear this? Companies, organizations, or people.
I think that is why I am still alive. You have to put it carefully, most of these people followed not very mainstream religion. So, you have Catholics, Protestants, all sorts of religions. These people, most of them, were Luciferians. And
Okay. Created by what? The Masonic Order. Let's get that right. We're not talking about the Jag Order. We're talking about Masonic Order. Right. The apple don't fall too far from the Rosicrucian tree.
Right. Then you can say, religion is a fairy tale. God doesn't exist. None of that is real. Well, for these people, it is truth and reality. And they served something immaterial, what they called Lucifer. But then at some point, I was invited, which is why I'm telling you all this, to participate in sacrifices abroad.
They're everywhere. That's what he's saying. They are literally everywhere.
That was the breaking point. Children.
You were asked to do that?
Yes. And I couldn't do that. Unfortunately, the truth is that worldwide they have been doing this for thousands of years.
Wait, how long? Did he say thousands of years? They did, didn't they? See, he did. So here, check this out. I'm going to go back to Brain Chat real quick. We already know, okay? We already know, again, the cover-up of the Sumerians, the cover-up of the Lemurians, the cover-up of the Atlanteans, all that shit is just hocus pocus. Or, unicorns, shit, and Skittles. The word unicorn is in the scripture. The script, it's in, the word unicorn was a physical thing. It was in the scripture. So here's, again, the kicker was the fulfillment of scripture. They're trying so hard, and it's happening right in front of our faces. Now, mind you, how fast are you going to wake up? Because the CMEs are inbound energy to wake your asses up. Hear me? Wake you up. All of these people up in here, okay, I'll say the majority. I'm not going to point people, not going to call names, but I'm going to say the majority of you up in here, every broadcast, the majority of you are awakened or woke or I'll just say educated, okay, more formal to all of this bullshit. Now, again, I will not call you a conspiracy theorist. I'm going to call you a conspiracy researcher. You are a rabbit hole digger, a fucking trencher, to be honest with you. Some of you are literal trenchers. You trench from one hole to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, and it just keeps going and going and going. But now, nevertheless, okay, this hole is deep because the majority of Hollywood, I don't need to really even finish that statement. Okay? The majority of Hollywood, the majority of the judges, the authority, government, it's just a shit show. The problem is these things have been being covered up for thousands of years. I'm talking from Egypt to Babylon to probably into Atlantis and even to our sacred little Lemuria. These people, again, I am not my body. You are not your body. You are a spirit in a body. You are an entity in a vessel. Okay? You ain't going to dissipate. You're not going to go nowhere. You're going to come back, or you're going to whatever you need to do. I personally believe, because my consciousness has left my body, believe that, well, outside of the body is to be present with the quantum verse. Whatever I wish to see, think, believe, I create. There is some real denseness, whatever you want to call it here, okay, that you really can't formally like move and create with. Excuse me. They make it really, really hard creating anything where we're at. But mind you, they're pretty good at it, aren't they? I wonder how they got good at it. Over and over and over and over. You guys have all heard me say this before. You've heard me say they are not new to this planet. They have done this over and over and over again. We're not the modern man. We're only the modern man this cycle. Okay? Thanks, Michelle. Thank you. Yeah, I was about to sneeze all over my screen here. Now, if what I'm saying is remotely triggering anybody, I apologize, or what she shared with everybody, I apologize, but I do, but I don't. Okay, these things need talked about. These things need shared. These things need shared, and they need talked about every day, every day. When it comes to the child sex trafficking, when it comes to the ritualistic abuse, when it comes to all of it. These things need talked about to the point where they cannot fucking run and they cannot hide anymore. These days are done. They're done. Mr. Wayne Stewart says it all the time. The credits have been rolling. They have been rolling. You've got elites coming out all over the place. They're trying to say shit. They're trying to disclose things. They're trying to talk about things. Who is this young lady that just popped up on TikTok? And graciously ended up on my live feed here to share her with you. I could give two fucks what she is, what she believes, what she does. What she's talking about takes guts. Okay? Now I've heard a couple of you, oh well, I'm I'm a targeted individual. I don't want to come onto your show and talk about things. Wait, what? Wait. You're already a targeted individual. But now I'm throwing a couple of people that haven't been on the broadcast under the bus right now. They're TIs, right? They're targeted. They talk about these things, and their family is this, and their family is that, but yet they won't come on the show, and they really, really, really don't want me to dig on who they are. I'm going to tell you right now, they don't want me to do that. Jack Roberts, did you really just drop a Tommy Truthful type link up in this broadcast, bro? God damn it. I'm going to let this slide because it's you. I'm going to tell you something, okay? That guy who runs this website, let me just say to you, if you believe that is his real name, then you're sadly mistaken. His father owns, I do believe it's Patriot Food Supply. They are part of the Patriot movement. They are part of the scaring the living shit out of you to get you to buy food, to try to get you to buy into this. Again, now this comes from he's a really good Christian, but yet he believes in divination, so he's got a whole website dedicated to it. No, bro, that you can share him as much as you want. I'll throw him under the bus. And I mean, I'm just telling you, I've seen his broadcasts. He wants nothing to do with me. He lives in Canton, Ohio. Yes, Jack. Oh, not Zach. Got you. All right. So anyway, I want to finish up her. I want to finish up her share here because again, I deep shit, deep topic.
I once studied theology, and even in the Bible you find references to these practices with Israelites. The reason the first 10 tribes were banished to Babylonia was because of these rituals with children, including the sacrificing of children. So this is pertinent. All this made me believe, because I realized there was more to life than meets the eye. There is a whole invisible world. It is real. Much later, in all those studies and discoveries, I found a document which they are claiming is bullshit, of course. The Protocols of Zion. And
did you hear and did you catch that name? Did you catch that name real quick? The what?
Studies and discoveries. I found a document which they are claiming is bullshit, of course. The Protocols of Zion.
I'll say it loudly and proudly. Do your digging, Brainiac. The Protocols of Zion. Did you catch it? Did you catch that? Protocols of Zion. Continue.
And nowadays I recommend everyone to read the whole of that incredibly boring document.
And he is absolutely correct about the elites doing this child sacrifice for thousands of years. The Moche, the Temotocuica, the Aztecs, the Maya, the Inca, the Phoenicians, the Canaanites, really the list goes on. And so, Ronald Bernard, he met a girl, was going to get married, he moved to the States for some reason, knowing our CIA, knowing the alleged involvement of the American elites.
Oh, wait, I got to stop her there. And I got to go back to, gotta go back to this missing laptop. I'm not talking about Hunter Biden's laptop. I'm talking about the other laptop. Do you guys have any idea? I seen a meme. I seen somebody say something to me today about, or something in somebody's newsfeed, where it was, let's talk about something that no one wants you to talk about that you can remember back in the day. That would be one of them. The laptop. Do you guys remotely remember any of your laptop that's missing, that sort of just got swept under the rug? proverbially just like wiped off the internet. No talking about it. Don't talk about it. Don't even think about it. Don't bring it up. Do you guys remotely have any idea what laptop I'm talking about? Any idea? Probably not. Maybe. There you go. No, not Mike. No, Mike. Not Pelosi's laptop. We're talking. Who is the blonde? There you go. Anthony Weiner. Anthony Weiner's laptop. You tell me what the fuck is it that was on that laptop that made the New York police vomit? It obviously wasn't the shit that was on Hunter Biden's laptop that, well, we just don't. Shh. Can't talk about that. Can't talk about that. You see? This is where we're going. Is because what she's saying rings a bell, doesn't it? Doesn't it just ring a bell? And now it's 2023. It is the 17th of August. June or July, my bad. God damn it. Shh. Right. Rihanna's like, shh. Don't talk about it. They don't want you to talk about it. The same reason and the same thing that they don't want you to talk about these rituals from Babylon in Egypt, because they have done it for absolute centuries. Centuries. Mr. Pajuk says 2 New York detectives committed suicide over that laptop. You know what? I have seen some shit, okay, on the internet. I'm telling you now, I have seen some shit on the dark web back in the day. And I'm telling you, I will never, maybe that is the trigger, is because I've seen, and I couldn't do a thing about it. I couldn't do really anything about it. Even now, what the fuck am I going to do with it? What are we possibly going to do with it? It's just a conspiracy rabbit hole that nobody. It's like it's everybody's like just. It's like the Voices of Freedom movie. Nobody is like remotely putting any true credibility in anything that we're saying, and it's fucking bullshit. I'm being serious. Even if this was to be my last broadcast, I'm telling you from the utmost bottom of my heart, I don't know where we stand as a people, as a society, as to where we are, man. When we lose fucking faith in our authorities that are tied into this, buying into this, judges, magistrates, lawyers, policemen, the fuck is going on? Like Mr. Hawkins says, if you know, I even dropped this in an army recruitment ad because they heard my phone heard me talking to my kid, which is now legal. Fuck you, CPS, come after me now. He'll tell you to pound dirt. The kicker is they don't want you to talk about this to the point where, again, targeted individuals. I've been TI for quite some time. So have all of you. Every single one of you up in here. You're targeted by the means of you dig for information and you share it. Oh, God forbid, can't have that. Can't have that. Mr. Hawkins says, America is a prison, just like Australia was designed that way. Well, I'll tell you right now. It sure seemed to look that way, didn't it? Sure seemed to look that way. And all these bastards know exactly how to cover their tracks. They'll buy their way out of it. Just lie their way out of it, buy their way out of it, set you up, set me up. set y'all up. Miss Smith says, welcome to the giant loosh farm. Ain't that no shit? Yeah. A lot of people, some people don't even know what loosh is. All right. They have no idea what you're even talking about. There's like, I see it ranging. Check this out. I see it ranging, bouncing from like 52 people, 55 people, down to 30 people. Again, this may not be your cup of tea broadcast. And I'm completely okay with that. Because we don't share shit here that you're going to see on CNN. We're not going to do that. All of these people up in here have got a story to share. They've got a story to tell, and they'll tell it. They can tell it right here. If you got a story to tell, you can tell it right here. Now, mind you, if you don't come on the show and just lie your ass off, because, well, that'll probably get you welcome to the Matrix chopping block. We've done that before, too. Oh, man. Susan says, I'm so glad my mom and dad are not alive. Let me tell you what, I thought I would never say that, but I'm going to say I am glad that my parents are gone into the other dimension. I know that they're still there. I know their energy still lingers, but nevertheless, I'm going to tell you, I don't think, listen to me, I don't think that my parents, your all's parents, I don't quite think they could handle this type of shit. I truly don't. I don't think that they could even remotely believe a word of it. You're so batshit crazy. Oh man, sign a 302. Where do I sign? Where do I sign you to a mental institution at? Right there. So just sign you away because you're fucking cuckoo. Talking about it, sharing it. The problem is, again, I'll share with you this. There are way too many of these right here. Cell phones. They cannot hide nothing. They can't hide anything. They can't go anywhere. They can't do anything without somebody dead square. I'm telling you right now, dead square in the Rockefeller's face recording you on a phone. Okay? They're hung by their own technology disclosure. I'm glad. I seen something which I gotta point out real quick. Something else. I seen that I seen somebody send me some shit in my private messenger today, and it was a video of a shopping cart, right? And anything that you would throw into the shopping cart, it would automatically add up the sum of what it was. If you were to remove it, it would deduct it. And you could like pay right there on the shopping cart, end of story, end of transaction, go about your day. That's the beast system. It's the beast system. That's what they said, right? All the beast system. Let me tell you something. I don't see it like that. I do not see it like that at all. Because I see it as technology that they are disclosing to you and disclosing to myself that they have had for a very, very, very long time. Okay? Again, you gotta remember, this is a script. They're playing this fucking movie. Somehow that there is a veil over the actual puppeteers. Somehow there is a veil over, oh, he's not fucking real. That guy's not real. He's just not real. I'm telling you, that much isn't real. Something is hiding these people. If they're people. You've heard David, you've heard Mr. Reich call them archons. You just heard her call them archons or extraterrestrials of some sort. Some being. You heard her call that. They're not of this planet. Or they are somehow, in some way, some fashion, being shrouded by something. What's going to happen when that something breaks? Me, Tammy Bonham, Susan, Andy Cassie, Larry, we're all going to, Mike, and the list can go on and on and on. Of you, they'll go, oh shit, Matt, I seen a reptilian today. Or, oh my God, Matt, I seen a reptilian. Or I seen an archon. Morgan, she sent me the picture of an archon. We'll say, yep. Where'd you see it? Kristen Nickerson sent me the image. That's right. It's not really going to shock us. Not going to shock us because we've been talking about this. Right? We've already been talking about this. We know about this. So it's not going to be too much of a shock to our system. Now, again, if you think that your parents would be completely okay with and kosher on board with understanding what we're talking about, no, they have remotely no idea of grasping what we're talking about. That's literally like handing go back to the 70s and you hand them today's technology. Hand them a cell phone. Hand them a smartphone. They'd be like, holy shit, this is great. That is crazy. I can literally like FaceTime. I can FaceTime Mr. Pashuk. He's over in New York. Let's check this out. Yeah, I can. Yeah, that's cool as hell. They would have no idea. The time displacency is so very, very different. They're not remotely going to understand what we're saying. All right, let's go back to Jessica's video. She's almost done on that video anyway. Like 57 seconds left of this. So let's go back. Again, I want to open up the phone. The phone lines have been open. He's just been patiently waiting. It's great.
What do you think happens to him? He goes out on a nature walk. He makes several phone calls to the police saying that he's being followed, that his life is in danger. He's gone for hours. They're able to ping his cell phone, and he's face down in a shallow pond. Now, in Belgium, these reports are still classified from the Marc Dutroux case, and they were WikiLeaked, which don't mix up Wiki with WikiLeaks. Wiki is media control, government media control. In my opinion, WikiLeaks completely separate. So as soon as they released these, they were all wiped clean of the internet. And Belgium does not have control over our media. So that was the American government that had to wipe that clean instantly. So between this...
Did you hear what she just said? Now, I'll share that one more time because that right there was a leak. What she said. Listen.
To ping his cell phone, and he's face down in a shallow pond. Now, in Belgium, these reports are still classified from, the Marc Dutroux case, and they were WikiLeaked, which don't mix up Wiki with WikiLeaks. Wiki is media control, government media control. In my opinion, WikiLeaks completely separate. So as soon as they released these, they were all wiped clean of the internet. And Belgium does not have control over our media. So that was the American government that had to wipe that clean instantly.
That's
so
right.
Between this and that, in my opinion, I would say it's safe to say that our government, is highly involved. This video, you should, just to know how real this child sacrifice is.
She absolutely fucking killed it. Absolutely killed it. So again, this broadcast I don't really see staying on the internet. So I'm just saying. Indeed, it has been time for me to share with you my hate for CPS. I believe in what it stood for. I believe in what it stands up for. The problem is I cannot stand, nor do I remotely agree with what it is used for. All right? That is where I stand, and that's where I have been standing for quite some time. I believe in what they've said. I believe in their no child left behind type shit. But there's a motive behind it. There always has been. And I think that you're like literally watching this disclosure come out. It's being licked. Tick tock. Time. I'm telling you, if you're not on TikTok, please create yourself an account Or if you're banned like I was, buy yourself a burner phone, create yourself an account. CPS, courts, cops. Need I say more? Right there. Need I say more from what my door kicker said? I don't even have to say the words. You guys already know. Or are you all 50 of you brainwashed, right? No. Again, don't misconstrued my words. I didn't say I believe in CPS. I didn't say that. I didn't say I support CPS. I did not say that. I said I believe in what they say that they stand for. But I do not believe in what they are used for. Okay? At all. So don't misrepresent my words. So with that being said, an hour you guys have heard me bitch, rant, and rave, as well as listen to Jessica here. I'm gonna share a little bit more about her. Okay? Because again, I dove into the gematria on her. Quite interesting. I will also tell you that she has got a YouTube channel. Let me go over there and share that with you too. Right here, completely public. Her YouTube channel. Right? You guys see this? Let me get this to where you can see this. Right. Nope. Wrong one. Wrong screen. Right here. Jessica Love is all you need. Okay? Bring this over here a little bit more. I'm going to show you the date. The join date. Do you see that? October 13th of 2011. I found that really, really, really interesting. That join date. Going over here to her, I'll show you some other shit right here. Details, viewer email address, let know. I'm going to show you this right here, right real quick, because this will take you down a numerous amount of rabbit holes. Go over here, right there. Interesting TikToker, right? Mistress Isis Succubus. Huh. Pretty interesting name. So let's grab this. I'm going to grab this right here. And I'm going to make sure that I already did actually. Right here. She's not nude, really nude in all the pictures, but I'll show you right there. Mistress Incubus Succubus, or Mistress Isis Succubus. Now, mind you, if the video starts to go and die out, there's an alternative stream at matrixminds.live right here, where Facebook goes, we see boobies, bye-bye. Look, I'm not going to show you anything. This is a guy, by the way, behind me. But let me see if I can bring it a little bit closer to you. You guys, there you go. Right about there. But nevertheless, right? There you go. There you have it. Anyway, nevertheless. So I'm going to click on down here. I'm going to learn a little bit. We're going to learn a little bit about her, right? She's on Pinterest. Right here. And I'll share this link with you as well. In the Brainiac chat, heads up, here's coming to you. Where you at, brains? There you are. Ready? Coming at you right now. Morgan says Matt is definitely intrigued. I am very much so intrigued. And you should be too. This leads you down a multitude of rabbit holes. All right, so Right there. Oops. Damn it, I shared that picture. Talks about being... There was a time when an ambitious young artist supplemented for his or her income in the domain of food services, waiters, actresses, waitresses, etc. Until and or... Right? But then there was also kicking back with 50 Shades of Grey, Rihanna, and Britney. And then it talks about S&M and all this other type shit. Supposedly, this young lady at 27... Let's go to where I lose it to where you guys can't see it. I want you to see this just in case. Bingo! That's way too big. All right, so how do I know that we got the same person right here? Unless she's a clone, right? Right there. Black vines approaching her eyes. A monstrous tree branch of talons rises up from below, reaches over her breasts and rip away skin. Blah 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 blah. Again, you can go through. You can search from what I shared with you in the chat. You can do your own digging and you can do your own research on this lady. So yeah, am I intrigued? I am definitely intrigued by the numbers, by who she is, what she discloses, what she talks about on TikTok, and for some reason, oh my, that was great. For some reason, can't copy the link. That's interesting. Not a lady, Kristen Nickerson says. I can't say that. Okay? I can't say that. You did. I will call her whatever she wants me to call her. Not because I'm the sub, but just where she's the dom. I'm just saying because that's what she goes by. I give two shits what she is. Okay. Look, man. Where are we at? What am I doing? I'm going to share one other thing with you if I can find it. I already shared the Marduk thing. I already shared the Miss Succubus with you. But, however, I do want to go back straight one more thing to her channel and share with you. There's one specific video I want you to see that she said on top of that. This one right here.
The Yuga cycle is.
There we go. Right here. This one here should get some people going. This one's this lady intrigues the living shit out of me. I will not lie. So get her up in here and pay attention, because this is really, really, really interesting. She talks about the 24,000 year Yuga cycle ending, the 24,000 year old cycle. Okay, again, we're talking human cycle. Now, again, where she learned this was in that article I dropped in there. You'll see where she fell into the occult. Okay, so she's obviously dropping words of wisdom and occult wisdom and knowledge. So again, she knows about 24,000 years. Let her explain this shit. Check this out.
The cycle in Hindu cosmology that Yogananda told us about. They come in 24,000 year periods, starting at the height of consciousness and then actually decreasing. And then at the very end, starting to increase again, going to that next 24,000 year cycle, which is exactly where we are.
Oh, God.
And so this means, rather than the theory that we came from apes and were some primitive animal, the Denisovans, the Neanderthals, depicted as these ape people grunting over fires, in reality, they were the giants that we refer to as gods, demigods. We see them depicted all the way from Egypt to Greece. We hear about them in the Bible, from the Native American cultures, India, like basically everywhere. And we were never even at that state where we were grunting over fires. Like, they helped us right from the start. They came in and taught us everything we needed to know. Our last lowest point was 500 AD, and that's when we started to elevate back up. Each stage is a stage of consciousness. The first is Satya, or Krita. It was the age of truth, referred to as the golden age. It was when humanity was governed by the gods. Each manifestation was near perfection, just the purest. The god Dharma is depicted as the bull standing on 4 legs in the age of Satya. The next was Treta, and this was still a very heightened age of consciousness. They were communicating with telepathy, being able to make anything they want with telepathy. However, their spirituality became diminished as they became focused on material gain, started waging wars, climate change happened, and this gave rise to deserts and oceans. So they're describing what happened with Atlantis, and at the end of that stage, the last pole shift, which aligns perfectly. And Treta is depicted as Dharma, as a bull on 3 legs. Then we go to 2 legs, Dvarpa. Now this happened 3600 BC. That would be the last 12,000 year cycle. This is right when the Sumerians developed their photonic alphabet. We see the gods over there. This is when Egypt was mummifying their dead under instruction of the gods. You know, towards the end of this era, it's Chinese medicine, and this is realistically actually when the Mayans started. We think it's 27,000 BC, but we have absolutely no way to know when they got.
See, here's the thing. I'm gonna stop her there because you know I don't want to just play her content and it be it. Here's the kicker. You got to remember, even within our historic, our history is his story. Whatever those who wish for us to know what we are teaching and like brainwashing our kids with in indoctrination camps. I mean, they're called schools, right? Pink Floyd said it best. Okay, we don't need no education. I don't want to be another brick in the wall. Okay. From a very young age, at the age of 14, what's funny, my son had been homeschooled the entirety. Okay, number one, he didn't fit in. He's my kid. Ha ha! Imagine that shit. Number two, I didn't remotely want him learning the bullshit that they feed these kids these days. Okay, simple as that. Now, homeschooled, same way. Same thing. You go to college from here on out if he wishes. He's got a diploma coming. But again, the indoctrination. She's talking about things in which we were never taught about. We had no idea. Shh. Why? Why, I say, is because it is occultic wisdom. Occult, secret wisdom. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm telling you I'm right. I'm telling you that it's real. It's true. The shit they don't want you to know is hidden by the word occult. Okay? The shit you need to know is shrouded in secrecy. Buried with those ancients that tried to disclose. That's what it is. I'm telling you the truth. If you want the fastest enlightenment that you can possibly get, pick yourself up some occultic books. And I'm not trying to be mean about it. I'm just saying, for those that think that they are really truly enlightened, even me, I am not awakened to the point where I can tell you all things. I have no fucking clue. I'm always learning. I am always learning new information, new things. I'm always reading. I'm always researching. I'm always digging. But if you wonder where I'm doing it, it's there. People share things with me. They send me PDFs. I read books. I read the shit that they don't want you to read. The moment they're like, oh, read this. No, I don't want shit to do with it. Take it. I don't want it. I want that book. What's that book in the corner over there? What is that book? Yeah, the one at the bottom of the stack in the far corner of the closet. What is that one? Yeah. What? The Keys of Solomon or the Emerald Tablets. I'll read that shit. Right? I know you guys know that I'm being truthful. I know this. Let's continue.
There, and based on their technology and the pyramids and their knowledge, I'm sure it was around the same time. Kali is the final stage where the god Dharma stands on one foot, and that's the age that we're in. This is a very physical age, but also an age where we understand the underlies of matter, that energy underlies matter. And he wrote this in 1820. We didn't have this understanding until 1900. 1905, Einstein's theory of relativity, E equals mc squared, is when people really started understanding, but we were pretty at the low spectrum then as far as our technology. We're just making the light bulb and stuff. And this is also the age where we start understanding reincarnation. The Yuga cycle is a cycle in Hindu culture.
Did you hear that? Reincarnation. The energy. Something is going to happen. Again, in this cycle, the Yugi cycle. Okay? The 24,000 year rev. Again, you call it what it is. You call it what you think that it is. But there's something going to happen very soon. Okay? And let's go ahead and say it. And these bastards that think that they know. I think that they already know that they are coming to the end of the line. They're doing everything and or anything possible to keep me, you, our children, our grandchildren, domicile controlled and dumb to this. Now again, I just sharing with you my viewpoints throughout this evening. I wanted you to research our friend down here, our tattooed TikTok disclosure girl. Again, if you dive deep into the numbers, I appreciate you guys calling me. I really do. That was about a lame funny. But nevertheless, it is what it is. I do this shit for you. I do this show for you. We have these numbers for you. So again, it breaks my heart. No, listen to me. It does. It really bothers me. I won't lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. With knowing that I want your interaction and you need to interact and don't, should I just remove these numbers? Should we just do that? I may as well. I mean, again, after this broadcast, after we dropped this kind of shit, I'm presuming probably that the video will be banned. I'm more than willing to take a Facebook hit. But again, I wanted to tell you and share with you what is on multiple people's platforms. TikTok, one of them. This lady here trying to disclose. And the thing is, okay, let me just say this. The thing is, she is, when you dive deep into her connection, okay, this is an elite DC escort, okay? So knowing that she's saying these things, okay, that right there is what I'm worried about, okay? I don't want no harm to come to anybody. I truly don't. So, just telling you, dude, this girl has a direct link to maybe the Akashic Record or something. She's spewing out facts after facts. Yes, Miss Morgan, she absolutely is. That's what I'm saying. I don't want nothing. I'm gonna keep. I'm trying to reach out to her. I've I don't know how. I mean, I've got her number. I've literally got her phone number. I dug that deep because of what the connection. We watched what happened to Isaac Cappy. We watched. Okay. I want to say not even 2 months prior. 2 months prior to Isaac Cappy jumping on his own will off of a bridge into moving oncoming fucking traffic. He just got removed, right, from out of my matrix. I don't find that a coincidence at all. At all. So with that being said, I want nothing to happen to this soul. I truly don't. And I don't, you know, again, she's a he, he's a she. I could give two fucks, and I want you to see past that. I want you to see beyond that. Please, I'm asking you to at least see beyond that. For whatever it's worth. Oh, area code 931. My God, we actually got a phone call at the end of the show. What's up? Hello, area code 931. You're gonna hear this recording now.
Hi, everybody.
Recording started.
What's up, Mr. Larry Hawkins? You're a little bit too late, bro. How are you
What do
doing?
you mean too late? You just finished your call up. You just finished your video.
I did.
Waylon said, what?
I did. But I did it throughout the entire episode. This is so old, bro. I'm not gonna bullshit you. I truly get bothered by, I guess, just talking to my fucking self, man. I've watched these numbers go as high as 60 people, down to 25 people, back up to 50 people, to 39 people. Now we're hanging in there. Again, I've watched my computer go green, red, green, red, green. We're streaming live. No, we're not streaming. What?
You were trying to show us a couple videos. I'll just wait until you got done.
Dude, you could have called in any time. Anybody could have called in any time and just cut her lips right off.
Well, I thought you were doing pretty well presenting the information. So,
Oh,
technically, she's right about what she was saying.
absolutely.
Again, how many times have we had this conversation, man? It burns my ass that we keep having this conversation and telling these platforms they seem to just ignore the grievances, technically, which is a violation of their own laws. But anyhow, I just figured I'd call up and chat with you a little bit because I didn't want to see you cry on camera.
I'm not gonna cry, dude. My crying would have been.
Talk to you until the next time.
My crying would have been back whenever I started talking about the kids, because I get really, really emotional, and it's a trigger. Okay, talking about the children, talking about that is an emotional switch for me. That is my bitch switch. For anybody that really wants to know, you hurt a kid in front of me, I will beat your fucking ass to a pulp. If I've gotta die doing it, man.
Technically, that's how the gang, air quotes, used to be. That was the basis of the Minuteman platform. The Minuteman platform is what created the National Guard. The National Guard is the quick response teams to the military for direct source to assist the citizenry within regions. Why it's designed that way. Now, that's because it was part of my job. We live in the areas where we may need to assist in circumstances. I know some people that do that whole pedo hunting thing, and I suggested to them, they're probably listening.
I don't give a fuck. Do you understand? My give a broke is damned. Like I told you, today is my kid's birthday. He turned 18 years old. The fucking gloves have come off. So I'm just telling you, the gloves are off now because he hates the system just as much as I hate the system. And all this time, bro.
What I was trying to say was, go to your regional representatives of those platforms and ask them, why do we still have these cases within the region? And then make them respond. You could hand a grievance over to your regional National Guard office and say, here's a list of X amount of so-called missing children or whatever cases. Look at watchdog.com. It'll tell you where all the sex offenders and all that are in your region. You can look it up. It's really easy. The open source. And ask them, when are you all going to do your jobs? If your job is to protect the citizenry from all enemies, both foreign and domestic. If we have people hurting our people, politicians won't do their jobs. How about taking both out? Just saying. That's what I was trying to say.
Well, like she was saying, like she was saying, indeed, it is time for the something. I personally think something's gonna happen. Okay, I know you call it bullshit, but I'm telling you, the time is getting really, really close. The veil is thinning, bro. I'm just telling you, these fucking people are seeing shit on planes. These people are like vanishing. And again, you want to call TikTok the disclosure scene? I truly, personally believe that it is, dude.
I don't have a TikTok. I barely keep up with Facebook, too. But I totally hear you. Like, we had talked several times before. I quit doing a lot of my own stuff, kind of like what you're doing, because I felt like I was barking in the wind. You know, like I keep telling everybody all the same shit that you're talking about. I don't feel like anybody's listening to it. But I had that conversation today. Like, I risk my life, you risk your life. A lot of us in here, literally, you're talking about targeted individuals or like, you know, when you're victimized, they're just going to keep victimizing you if you don't stand your ground. So if you already got your life on the line, well, I'm just saying. But I know you're at the end of your thing, but I was having this conversation this afternoon. And I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm just wasting my fucking time. I really do. I feel like I've done all this my entire life for what? For a bullet hole in my door, people setting my house on fire in the middle of the night. But that's the point. I keep going because it's the right thing to do. Because everything we say eventually will compile together, and we will be able to fix these things eventually if we keep working together for the right cause and such. Everything we do, everything we say matters. Each one of us can make a difference. And as long as we keep speaking up, even if we're speaking to ourselves, at least we're speaking. As long as we keep speaking, the truth will come out, one way or another.
Listen,
I didn't mean to take up the Indian thing.
It's all right, dude. I'll round this to 2 hours. I frankly don't care. Okay, I'm glad. I just got tired of talking to my fucking self. But now that you pointed,
I was talking to show us 2 videos, and I didn't want to interrupt you. Much less probably the same thing everybody else thought. Not everybody. We thought you were trying to show us shit.
Well, I was. I was. Check this out. Let me share with you that Cleveland, Ohio, okay, Cleveland, Ohio is only one of the hot spots for trafficking of whatever. Now let me share. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show everybody a screen. I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna jump off of her. I'm gonna show everybody.
I think Ohio and Tennessee are neck and neck with the trafficking ranks. I think we're both number 4 or 5 or something.
All right, so let me get this. No, I'll just leave it big. That way that you can.
Just by saying that, kidnapped from Tennessee, by the way, I'm a victim of a lot of this shit that's been discussing. So
I wonder.
It sort of fuels encryption platforms. So I don't know who this lady is. I hadn't heard about it until you were speaking about it earlier. But I congratulate her for her courage for even speaking about what she's speaking about, even though most of us know it.
Bingo.
We know about the topic and most of the details. But if she ever hears this, first off, I love her tats. Awesome. I'm into the goth thing.
I don't personally give two fucks
like
what she is, Larry. I'm with you. I totally.
Yeah, so-
I'm with you, dude.
Yeah, she's just a person expressing her individuality. That's the basis of the 90s. Like, most of the times we did that, so the people that would look at you and go, what the fuck, and walk to the other side of the street, so we would knew you were the type of person that would say, what the fuck, and walk across the street. So we knew you were shallow before you ever say a word to each other. There, we let out one of the little dark secrets of the goth world. But anyway, if this lady ever watches this, I would just like to say thank you for her courage. Because it does take a lot of guts to do what we do every day. It takes a lot of guts to even listen to these conversations. So it's part of like why I like to throw in there thanking everyone for coming to the table in the first place, because a lot of this stuff sounds crazy to the people who have never even thought about dabbling in these conversations. But it must be discussed.
Larry, I want to share something. Hang on. I want to share
ahead.
something while I got the screen up here. I want to show you, everybody that's paying attention, about the trafficking bullshit. Okay? If you think that it is bullshit, then that's fine. Go back to CNN and fucking MSNBC. You are not on the right channel. Okay? Clearly. What I'm about to share with you is right in front of your face, okay? I want to share with you this right here, okay? I just did a search from right here from Cleveland, Ohio, okay? You'll see where it's at right here. I'm not making this up. My little red dot, that's my starting point, to Los Angeles, California. Okay, there is an absolute beeline to Los Angeles. Do you see this? I'm talking a straight fucking line right there. I'm showing you right there. You see it? Let me zoom into this. No. I know you can't. Let me just zoom into this again and show you again. There's the beeline to Cleveland. Now, we're talking from the West Coast all the way to northeastern Ohio, right? And it goes further than that. I'm going to zoom out of this map, and I'm going to drag this to the great little of D.C. and New York. Let's go over here to New York. Let's go to New York City, baby. Right? Look at that. A beeline directly from one side to the next, just as fast as you could possibly truck. Imagine that. That right there, my friend, is a highway for a hub. You stick a hub anywhere along that, and you're gonna find it. You're definitely gonna find it.
There was even actually an airline dedicated to this. There's also a platform called Operation Condor. I've shared that information with you all before, where they'll take people to erase them all around the country, all around the world, on islands. It's a wet room with wings. I think it was Air America. I think is what it was, where the alphabet soups and the black ops and things, they had their own airlines where they could traffic people and get through customs. Remember, I mentioned to you all before, I'd even sent you the information. How did Epstein get military tail numbers on his airplanes? Who would have given him that clearance?
Money, bro.
Sure, it would be Secretary of State.
Money, buddy. Takes money.
So, Yeah, that you get the concept of the Terramar project that's tied in with maritime law that was created to track the children through the Amber systems, Amber alerts. If there's hundreds of thousands of missing kids on the regular, how often do you really get an Amber Alert text on your phone? Just
Right?
think about it.
Correct.
Just saying. It's just putting it out there. We've discussed, I don't know how many times, I could identify you by the pigment in a freckle with a satellite system if I could have the right systems. If you all want your questions answered, by all means, there's somebody somewhere out there that has the job title that can have that all solved by tomorrow. Because if I can tell you how it's done, they know how it can be done. Problem is, they don't. And that answers your question in itself. So, alphabet soup guys, military guys, when are you going to do your jobs? Put that out there, Chris.
Some will, some will not, Larry. Let's just say it for what it is. Some will, some will not. It is just that way. Some will, some will not.
I have to say it for saying it. I got to say it for saying it because it puts the fire in certain people's ass. If you know what I'm saying, I'm kind of talking in code to some of my old school people and some of my jobs. Do your fucking jobs, guys. You hear what these people are talking about. You took oaths to protect all of these people. That includes their children. That includes the children's children, their future children, the generations affected by all this shit going on every fucking day. Imagine you're in the position of one of these people in these missing people circumstances. Imagine that's one of your people. A little bit different there. Everybody, when I was attacked by cops, I got a lot of, well, it didn't happen to fucking me. So, you just do what you're fucking told, it probably wouldn't happen to you. Not knowing a goddamn thing about what happened to me. But when it happens to you guys, it'd be, I don't mean you, but when these people that are just kind of kicking back, getting paid, getting vacation time, getting careers, this could be somebody in your family talking about this. Just talk about it. Just saying. This needs fixed, and it could be fixed by tomorrow. If you're not going to be an assistant to the problem, you're part of the problem. If you're not going to fix it, you're the problem. Okay? All right.
Oh, God, you didn't just, hang up on me, did you? No.
No, I turned my paper up. I set my bowl down. But anyway, I didn't mean to take up all your time. I just figured I'd rap with you for a couple minutes.
You good.
I appreciate everybody listening and putting up with my shit sometimes. I do have my own set of issues.
I wanted to share something real quick, and that is on another YouTube channel. I don't usually drop. I had to find it. Nine of these videos are no longer available. But look at what they are. I'm going to drop this in the chat. Okay. So again, if you're here now for a reason. I'm about to show you and about to drop for you a video. Whether you take it for what it is. If you call it bullshit, it's bullshit. Okay. You're going to believe it or you're not going to believe it. I'm not here to change your belief. I'm not here to say whether you like the girl the guy that whatever it is that I shared with you the entire night. I'm not here to change your belief. I'm here to present you with information to make you just question your world. That is what I'm here for. So the map that I'm showing you right now are facilities that have already been mapped out. And these are deep underground. These are DUMBs, what's called DUMBs. DUMBS, DUMBs, deep underground military bases. And there's a playlist, okay? I'm sharing with you a playlist. Pay attention to what I'm saying. In this chat, in this brain chat, there's right now roughly 41 of you in here. I'm going to drop this in this chat, okay? Listen to what I'm saying. In the Brainiac chat, on the Matrix Minds, on Facebook, I'm dropping that link. Okay? In fact, I'm going to pin this link. I'm not sure that the pin will last, but Nevertheless, I just pinned the link. So it is what it is. These things are literally everywhere. Okay? I'm going to blow this map up a little bit. Now, I want you to also pay attention to where the main area is. Look at where the main area is. Do you see that? It is where? Right dead square in the Midwest. Right just west, a little bit west of Texas. What is that? Right? We know what state that is. We also know the one above it from area 51 and shit. But the other one you get take in remembrance is, well, there was a lot of voter fraud going on over in there, from what I understand. A lot of miscalculation. They weren't getting shit right. Right. But hey, it's just a conspiracy research or a conspiracy hole to dig in. That's all. No connection whatsoever. Morgan says, I'm open-minded here. You gotta be open-minded. You have got to be. You gotta be.
It's kind of how I look at it. We're searching through the pond for little bits of information here and there. But we've got to factor. We know a little bit, feel like we know a lot. But there's a whole lot of motherfuckers out here that know a whole lot more than we do combined.
Oh, come on.
And then there's a fucker over that one that knows everything about everything. And we've discussed that too. Every electronic transaction leaves an electronic trail. These people must communicate. They're not sending rocks on pigeons to cross the fucking Virgin Islands to here. They're communicating.
Mm-hmm.
There's a trail. If they delete their transactions, every single transaction leaves an electronic trail. Just saying.
Now, see, that is one of the reasons why Ava said that she's busting them, dude. You heard her say that.
Yeah, there is to put out a little bit of hope. It's not classified. I've mentioned it a couple of times, but there are platforms right now that is integrating AI, that is a quantum computer hive mind hubs, that is staged as a platform that is integrating with biometric environment, human activity recognition software, is integrated with facial recognition software, electronic transaction platforms, and the involvements of the lineages of the systems that allows for said devices to function in the first place can all be tied together. And there was a platform that was added to above federal security clearance, basically, that was running in lineage with military right now. One of those is called Operation Maven, and they have already busted thousands and thousands of hubs and criminals, just like what we're talking about tonight. So there are things happening right now. What we need to be doing is keep kicking these fuckers in the ass that have the ability to send out these platforms and get these fucking people taken care of.
Right. I get
if there
you.
are heads in the ground harming people, that is a violation of human rights. That is international interaction there. So if there's hubs underground experimenting on people, that is another international law violation. So, I mean, if we can, I say we, if platforms that said to be could go into another country and invade it, so to say, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. We got military in every country, but I think 3 around the country, okay? If we can activate a military operation around the world because someone is mistreating their citizenry, why can't we do something here under our own toes? That is just disgusting.
We should be able to. We should be able to. You've heard me say that multiple times. I've almost come down to the point and literally said this. I cannot wait until AI takes over the entire city and starts firing these pieces of shit. And I'm telling you right now, I truly believe it. Dude, people are scared of AI, but yet I personally, there's no reason for governing. There is not. At this point of the game, there is no reason for governing. None.
There's a real simple solution here, and it's a nifty little phrase that our road pirate friends like to use. If you haven't done anything wrong, you don't have shit to worry about, do you?
Absolutely.
If we can extract memory from a dead guy's brain, like Paddock's brain, being sent to Washington, D.C. as soon as that happened, I'll just throw that out there again. The Las Vegas shooting, which was caught. Follow the Mavericks. Get the idea. We've been through that one. But why was Stephen Paddock's brain immediately to be extracted from his melon and sent directly, nonstop, to Washington, D.C.? One simple sentence. Because your memories can be extracted from your brain even after you're dead. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
That means they can do it while you are not. If that means that can be done, what the hell are we waiting on out here, fellas? I'm talking to the secret four motherfuckers that can solve this by tomorrow morning. Let's go.
I understand.
It's only been hundreds of fucking years. It's only been thousands of fucking years. We have the ability to clean the fucking house. But I digress. Thank you for what you do, Matt. You know I love you, buddy. We are pals. I don't care what anybody says about you. You're a good dude. I'm going to jump on off here, though. I figured I'd stop in and throw some rocks.
Well, you did.
I appreciate everybody.
Dude, here's the thing. Larry, I let anybody, this is their platform. And if they've got something to say, I'm not going to hold them back from saying it. If they,
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
It's pretty speak.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just.
But I'm sure it's all got a point.
Oh, I get it.
Anyway, we don't need to get I appreciate that. I appreciate what you do. I've said all along, I have always appreciated that you open the table to whoever wants to come here. However, welcome to the Matrix chopping block, because there's a whole lot of motherfuckers that know a whole lot of shit. You come up here throwing some bullshit, it's just what it is. Anyhow, I do appreciate you. A whole lot of people appreciate you. There's a whole lot of people that look forward to hearing your pretty little voice.
Oh.
But anyway, I'm going to jump on off here, everybody. Smoke weed every day.
Yeah, all right.
Have a good evening.
You too, buddy.
You guys take care.
Night, bro. Take care.
Bye-bye.
I got a fart on the way out there. All right, that was Larry Hawkins, my door kicker. You know what? Again, it goes back. I gotta say this because it's Larry. Larry is beyond a shadow of a doubt. He is diehard military. You guys know this. And with what the topic that we were talking about tonight, again, it is a trigger for me. I'm glad I didn't break down on you. Glad I didn't cry, because it bothers me to my core. My heart breaks for what I know, or in my heart I believe. And knowing that we are on a planet or a globe or a plate or wherever and whatever you see it as, Mike pointed out, where's Texas, Driver? What states are next to Texas? We're talking about like key states. Think about this. Think about what I'm about to say. Key states. Andy Cassidy, Arkansas. Yeah, Arkansas. New Mexico. Right. Arizona is up. Think about all these states that like surround the border, right? For trafficking and shit. There's reasons why possibly, I don't know, maybe. Who do we know this from? Who do we know this from Arkansas? Huh? I did not have several relationships with that woman. I don't care what she says. Right? Hillary? Right. Come on, man. My eyes see shit. Your guys' eyes see shit that we probably shouldn't see. And we know this. But nevertheless, it is what it is. And I'm not going to, like, buffalo or browbeat it to the point where, in my own self, I'm trying to, like I said, for a long time, I didn't call out anything really wrong with CPS. You just something to, like, skate around whenever you've got a kid that's, like, you know. Yeah, Matt's been beating his kid. Yeah. I think you need to do a welfare check on, like, Junior. Yeah, I mean, something you really need to worry about. It is. It truly is. But guess what, man? Again, gloves are off. Even Junior's like, I can't stand the government. He calls them gooberment. Can't stand it. I don't trust them as far as I can throw my Ford pickup truck. Okay? I mean, it's just what it is. Again, I mean, I watched many TV shows where I catch things and I'm going, they're disclosing shit that they're doing to humanity and to our people. But again, they're not even people. They can't be people. They can't be people. I just see Airbrush Mish says Jesuits. Good little video for you guys to watch is what is the name of this video? It's called Loose Change. Like your pocket, loose change. Loose. Loose. L-O-O-S-E. Loose. Not loose. Loose change. Very interesting video. You'll see what they do to our people one-on-one. I tell you, it's heartbreaking. It's absolutely heartbreaking. And again, they cannot be people. They cannot be people. To what we've researched and we know that they've done to our kids. Shit's got to end, man. It's got to end. So, open lines night on Wednesday. We're probably gonna have a late night in the Matrix here after Rob Gothier's show. So be prepared. I'm gonna say right there's the numbers. Call the show. Call the broadcast. Tell me what's on your mind. I love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. And with that being said, I'm out of here, y'all. Good night to you. May you be prosperous in everything that you do, in everything that you touch. Until then, good night, everybody. Take care of yourself. ABCs, do your job. Do your jobs. You took an oath. Uphold that oath. Without a doubt, you guys take it easy.
all my beautiful and gorgeous souls? I am Michelle Espinosa, otherwise known as the Shaman, through the Matrix Mind Media. So tell me, how many times have you wished that you had that special power of prediction? You know, to know what was going to happen before it actually happened and took place. To have some power and control over that situation before things came flying at you out of left field. The thing is, you actually can have that power. You can be aware of what's coming. Tune in to Astrology TV with me for Breaking the Cage every Sunday evening at 10 p.m. Eastern on the Matrix Mind Media. And I will go through the astrology and help put you on the right course and get you back in control of your own life. Love you guys.
This CBD fluid is a whole flower fluid extracted from the cannabis flower. We don't use any heat, butane, or chemicals when we extract, so we get all of the components of the plant. All the CBD, CBG, CBA, all the terpenes, all the flavonoids. This allows our body to absorb at 60 to 90% rather than the average of 6 to 10% absorption you would get with a CBD oil. Because our bodies are made up of mostly water and this is a fluid, it's highly absorbable so that you're getting 500% more nutraceuticals per dose. We also have this available in our CBD spray as well as a muscle rub with all kinds of botanicals. You're going to absolutely love it.
Check it out, brainiacs. matrixminds.live/CBD. The CBD I use. Feel free again. Feel alive again.